This show is brought to you by
NEOM sets up a $10 billion JV with Denmark's DSV, and OQ Gas jumps 13.6% in debut trade. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. Saudi's $500 billion NEOM project has set up a $10 billion joint venture with Denmark's DSV, the world's third largest freight forwarder. The partnership will focus on providing logistics services for NEOM in the coming years. NEOM will hold 51% and DSV 49%. The JV will provide end-to-end supply chain management, development, and investments in transport and logistics assets and infrastructure, as well as transport and delivery of goods within NEOM. NEOM is meant to eventually house 9 million people. Korea's KT and Hyundai Engineering and Construction and Saudi's STC Group have signed an MOU to establish digital infrastructure in the kingdom for the next 50 years. Officials say the MOU combines KT's digital transformation capabilities with Hyundai ENC's smart construction capabilities with STC Group's network infrastructure. Together, they will construct internet data centers and smart cities, charting a comprehensive path towards augmenting Saudi's digital infrastructure. No financial details were shared. Shares of OQ Gas Networks, the pipeline arm of Oman's oil giant OQ, climbed 13.6% on its trading debut in Muscat today. OQ Gas raised $748.7 million in Oman's largest ever IPO. OQ sold 2.1 billion shares, or 49% of its stake in OQGN. It will retain a minimum 51% stake. Anchor investors included Flexis Belgium, Saudi's PIF, and Qatar's QIA, who acquired 30% of the offering. Bank Muscat and EFG Hermes acted as joint global coordinators on the deal. Masdar is reportedly set to buy a 49% stake in Spanish utility Iberdrola's largest offshore wind project off Scotland's coast, known as East Anglia 3. The acquisition will be worth around $2.14 billion. The East Anglia 3 farm began construction last year and is scheduled to begin operations in 2026. It will have a 1,400 megawatt capacity, supplying 1.3 million homes. Masdar had already signed an exclusive deal with Iberdrola to develop a separate wind farm in the Baltic Sea. UAE-based PropTech startup Caper, a digital real estate investment management platform, has raised $6.5 million in a seed funding round led by Access Bridge Ventures and Vivium Holding. Caper simplifies the management and investment processes within the real estate sector. The platform empowers property owners, investors, and tenants by leveraging advanced technologies, including its live real estate portfolio valuation service. Caper has onboarded over 2,100 freehold residential units in Dubai and over 800 landlords to its platform. Sales at Hermes rose briskly in Q3, beating expectations and outshining rivals as economic headwinds didn't stop its wealthy clientele from splurging on Birkin handbags. Q3 sales reached $3.6 billion, a 15.6% rise, beating forecasts for 14% growth. Sales were brisk in all regions, particularly the U.S. Analysts have cut their estimates for the luxury sector in recent weeks. It follows a sales report from bellwether LVMH earlier this month showing shoppers are spending less on high-end fashion. And that brings us to today's Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking, where contrary to that LVMH report, our biggest winner today is Bernard Arnault, up $4.3 billion with net wealth of $178.7 billion. Our second biggest winner today is L'Oreal's François Bettencourt-Meyers, up $2.5 billion with net wealth of $83.5 billion. And our third place winner is Oracle's Larry Ellison, up $2 billion with net wealth of $131.7 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest Billionaires news. And the world's largest sovereign wealth fund, Norway's $1.4 trillion fund, posted a $33.8 billion Q3 loss as higher interest rates and economic weakness sparked declines in all asset classes. The fund's ROI was minus 2.1% for the quarter. Equities, accounting for 70.6% of its value in the quarter, saw a 2.1% loss. Fixed income investments, which account for a quarter of its assets, saw a 2.2% loss, and real estate assets dropped 3.3%. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
This show is brought to you by NMDC Group.